Hey guys, my name is Sid and welcome to another vlog. So a lot of you guys ask me about what kind of camera equipment I use. So today I wanted to share about my main camera that I use. So this is my primary shooting camera, which is the Sony A6000, and it's a really good camera for a couple of reasons, okay? So first of all, it's got an APC size sensor on it, so you can see that's the size of the sensor inside it, and that's very similar to what you get inside a Canon 80D or something like that. So you know, it does give you DSLR-like quality in a very compact size. So as you can see, the size of the camera is quite small, and it allows for interchangeable lenses, so you can put any kind of lens that you want on this camera. This camera is quite cheap as well, considering its performance. It you know, it retails in Dubai for around 2,500 dirhams, 2,200 dirhams, something like that, around $500 or $600 maybe. But for that price, you get quite a lot in this camera that is, you know, capable of doing almost DSLR-like quality. With this camera, you get a 16-50 lens, a zoom lens, and that's pretty much it. This is how you receive it. A couple of bad things about this camera when it comes to making YouTube videos. The first thing is that there is no headphone jack in this camera. So as you can see, there's a HDMI output, but there is no headphone jack. There's no flip out screen. So you can't see yourself while recording on this camera. So I think a screen is pretty much a must if you want to buy this camera for YouTube. The low light capability of this camera with the kit lens is not so great. Like if you're shooting out at night and you've set it to auto, you're pretty much going to get like a stop motion graphic. It's really not usable in the night. So that's why I tend not to take out this camera as much. But recently I bought a few things, accessories for this camera, which make it very much more usable, and which has led to my new Frankenstein rig, which I'm going to show you very soon. This camera doesn't do 4K, it does 1080p, but it's got a very good clean 1080p image. It also does about 60 frames a second. So the step up after this is a Sony A6300, which is 4K and has a mic input, I think. And then the 6500 as well, which has image stabilization and a mic input and a couple of other more advanced features, especially for 4K. The 6500 costs almost double of this, so I'm pretty happy with this for now. Maybe I'll switch to the 6500 in the future. So the next thing we're going to be adding to the setup is the JOBY 3K GorillaPod. Now this JOBY 3K GorillaPod is something that JOBY just came out with this year. I used to use the SLR zoom before, but this is a lot more sturdy and it's a bigger tripod as well. And it just gives you that added assurance that it can handle the weight. It's also a lot stiffer. There's an inbuilt ball head over here, which is really nice. So you can just loosen this and choose your angle, tighten it again, and that's it. And also this whole ball head is removable. So that's a really cool thing about this JOBY GorillaPod, and it handles the weight for my rig. That's the most important thing. I like the new coloring as well. It's got the red color accent with the black and gray. I think it looks gorgeous. Just look at that. It's a beautiful little JOBY. So the next thing we've got is a small rig cage. So this small rig cage is something that you put on top of your camera body, and basically what it does is it gives you extra mounts. So the camera only has one hot shoe mount on here, so if you want to mount more than one accessory on this thing, you probably want to get something like this. Now this was pretty cheap. It was only about $29 or something, and it gives you some added protection for your camera as well, so that's pretty cool. So the next thing I got is this Viltrox DC 50 monitor. Now what I like about this monitor is it's pretty lightweight, it's pretty light. It also has a HDMI input as well as an AV input. It's got an audio monitor as well, so if I want to hear what the camera is recording, I can do that. It's got a battery it's a Sony battery, so that's pretty good. You can even use this monitor using the USB port that's available at the bottom of it. And that's cool because you can use a battery pack to charge this thing. Maybe in the future, I'll just charge my whole rig with a battery pack. Here is the hood as well for this screen. You just put it on top over there and you lift it up and it comes open that way. Even when the sun is really bright outside, you'll be able to see your screen clearly using this thing. So that is the Viltrox DC 50. This is what Mamta got for me as a birthday gift, and it's the Sigma lens. So this is the Sigma 16mm 1.4 lens, and what's special about this lens is that it has a very very wide open aperture, so it lets a lot of light into the camera, and that allows for two things. One is it's really good in low light, and the second thing is that it gives you that blurry background, which makes things look just a bit more professional. The background's a little blurry right now. That's the kind of effect that this lens gives you. It's nice and it feels like well built. It has beautiful colors as well, so I'm very happy with this lens. So that's going on the camera as well. So this is my mic. This is the mic that I use on Sony, and it's the only mic I can use on the Sony. So this is the ECM1, I forgot what it's called exactly, but I'll leave it in the description. But this is the mic I use because it's got this hot shoe connector, and that plugs directly into my camera, which allows me to actually record sound out of this thing. There are only two options for a Sony camera with a mic input. One of them is this, and the other one is a wireless receiver made by Sony. So unfortunately, if you want to use a mic with your Sony A6000, this is pretty much your best option. It sounds okay. It does have a little bit of noise when you're trying to record. It's got like this weird hissing sound that makes, but it's convenient because it just plugs into the camera right here, no cables required. So that's what it looks like with the mic on it. So this is a dead cat, which I put on the mic as well. The dead cat eliminates any wind sound, so you know that's what it's for. Works really well. The last aspect of this rig is going to be the light. So this is a Manfrotto light. It's really helpful, by the way. I generally use a pretty big ring light over here, but this has really helped. So I can do spotlighting like this. You know, if I want to highlight something, if I want to give something a bit more of a shadow, I can easily use something like this and place it to give a bit more of an effect. And it's quite bright as well. It's got 3 levels of brightness. Yeah. And it's super tiny and compact. It's also rechargeable by USB, so that's really good. You can plug in any battery pack into this and recharge it. That's it, guys. These are all the components right here. We're gonna put this all together and make it into my ultimate vlogging rig. So let's start by putting the rig on the camera. That's pretty simple. We just take a screwdriver and tighten this bolt over here. Now this rig is made to fit the A6000 perfectly. It also fits the A6300 and A6500. I'm going to leave links to where I bought this stuff from, so if you guys want to get the same thing, it's pretty cool. This thing was only $29. So that's it, the rig's on securely. You know, it gives that extra, it's all metal, so it gives you that extra assurance that it's going to be, you know, it's going to protect the camera a little bit. Cool, so that's done. So this just slides on to the hot shoe section. So that's it, we have a screen on here. I'm going to put my light on this side. So this is a really cool thing which I recently discovered. It's called, what is it called? It's called a friction arm. So there's a mini friction arm. So what's cool about it is you can twist it around any way you want, and then when you tighten this knob, it just stays in that position. So that's really cool. I'd recommend getting these. These were like $10 on Amazon. So what that allows me to do is I can put this light on here and make sure it's super tight. And then you position the light however you need to position it. So let's say like that, and you tighten it, and that's it. You've got your light on there as well. Now we'll quickly just switch out the lens. Quickly going to put on the Sigma, and we're done there. And the last thing is I'm just gonna attach this GorillaPod, and that's it. The Frankenstein of a vlogging rig is ready to go. So this is completely flippable, by the way, so that's cool. So this is what this looks like. And basically what you can do is you can set this thing up right over here. The lens is wide enough to catch you from right here. And that's it. I've got my light on me and I can be like, hey guys, my name is Sid and welcome to another vlog. So you can see what the quality looks like on this camera now, and now I can see myself at the top. I've got a nice light illuminating me over here in the front. And yeah, it's now obviously this rig is not meant to be like a vlogging rig that I take outside with me all the time. It's more like when I'm shooting at home and I quickly want to set up my camera somewhere and start shooting fast, and I want to take it out in the hall and shoot something. But of course, if I'm taking it out, I'm going to remove the monitor and the light. Maybe the light I'd keep on if I was shooting at night or something like that. But this is basically a quick portable setup that I can shoot with anywhere. I can go to an exhibition, I can go to a show, I can go to an event, and I can shoot with this quite comfortably and easily. This light is pretty powerful. It's also got some filters where you can change it to like yellow light and stuff. But anyway guys, so that was my quick tour of some of the equipment I use to make my YouTube videos, and I hope you like the video. And that's it guys. Let me know what you guys think of my setup in the comments. If you like this video, hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to watch more videos like this. Bye. Man, this is like this is a pretty, oh man, it's quite heavy. This is like a workout for your arm, but it's doable.